Welcome back to the morning show on XL7 TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora, Century 21 LeMac Realty, the Z Team.
Yes, sir.
870-405-0793 is our number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is our website. And how is Mr. Zdora this morning?
I'm great.
Peachy.
Peachy.
Wonderful.
I say peachy, and she goes, I get the look whenever when I do that. How do you feel? Oh, just peachy.
So tell me, how do you really feel?
Yeah.
I
We've
get
been
that.
married a long time. I know.
Yeah.
So,
I know
and
that.
she's right. You know how that goes.
51 years coming up for you, right?
Yes, it will be. Yes, well,
February?
February 6th.
By golly.
Yeah, by golly. Well, I mean, that's a long time. It really is.
Well, my wife and I are 43 in March,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. You know, there's been a lot of water under the bridge over those years.
A lot of new bridges built.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. You know, we sit up there, and when we have Sunday dinner. We try to have Sunday dinner every week, and Jason now is part of that. And we sit down and we say grace, and we're overlooking the river. And you know, when I lead, I mean, we truly are. When you know, you look at those 51 years, and in the years before that, I mean, we were high school sweethearts, and to see where we are now and what we've accomplished through the help of others and the blessings we've been given, and trying to make the best of the blessings that we're given. It's very humbling to sit up there and say those prayers.
You say something there, Bob, with the help of others, but in your line of work, it's been by helping others as well.
True.
And
True.
you got to lay a lot of the credit to your success to that, the fact that you're willing to help others. And it makes a big difference.
And that's always been the mission, is to help others and help to see what we can do to make things smoother for this. And I carried it over from being the police, and Linda carried it over from her past life. And when we came down here, I had a little box on the computer screen, and there was new life, and everything that related to what we were going to do after I retired went into that box, and then we sorted through it. And because it was a new life. It's a new life for everybody that comes here. Everybody who comes here gets a fresh start. People don't know your past. They don't know, you come here as a new start, and you get this, whatever bad habits you may have had, if you've corrected them at all,
nobody cares about them anymore.
They don't care anymore, because they don't, and that's really one of the great things about the community.
Yeah, who you are is not who you are.
Exactly. Who you are is who you are now.
Right.
And that's made a big difference for people that I know in talking to people, and you get the backstory, the backstory, and being able to have that fresh start has made a tremendous difference in their lives, their quality of life, and the way that they can give back to the community, and the way that they sometimes we're making up for our sins, and going out of our way to do good things. And I think that that's a big part of what makes this area what it is.
You're talking about change and how you and Miss Linda have evolved into being a team.
Yes.
And how things are as two as one. People go through several things in life that make a big difference. One, they graduate high school. Two, they find a sweetheart, they get married. Three, they have a child. But the big next step is they buy their first home.
Yes, indeed.
And it's a life-changing
It cements
event.
that family unit, being in a home that's yours, and the pride that you have from being yours, and knowing that whatever you're doing to it is for you and your family. That really is the clincher for that.
Over the years of being involved in the real estate industry like you have, you and Miss Linda together, how many first-time home buyers would you think you've assisted getting into their first home?
Wow. A lot. And, and we go back to how we were, when we bought our first house. I mean, obviously totally different market and everything else. I understand that. But the concept is still the same. That rush that you get when you go, oh, wait, this is it.
Hey, we're excited. We're out looking
Yeah.
at all these homes. Oh, we found one. Let's make an offer. Oh, no, they accepted it. Oh, crud. What are we going to do now?
Now what? Exactly.
So the emotion swing is just huge for a first-time
Oh,
home
it
buyer.
is. It is, because it's something that they've never experienced before. they watch TV, and especially now with HGTV, and you can sit and you can watch the shows, and you go, oh, okay, well, they're going to show us 3 houses, and we're going to pick one, and it's all going to be lollipops and rainbows.
And the reality of it is that house is already bought, and all the looking's already been done.
Exactly. Yeah. And if they don't like it, they do what we just did. Okay, let's go back and start over again. But people thinking that that's the way these things work, and it's not the case. And depending upon how the market is, depending upon how many houses are available, depending upon financing, there's so many things that go into this. Being pre-approved, and we work so hard at getting people pre-approved before they start the journey so that they're realistic with what it is they're looking at. People, I want to go see houses, and they want to go see houses in Big Creek and stuff. Okay, that's fine. Where's your letter? Because I don't want to take you into a $300,000 house and find out that we should be looking at something that's even 200,000.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, because there's an appreciable difference between
champagne taste on a beer bottle budget. Is
and a lot of the kids now, they think that the first house should be all granite and stainless and tile floors and this and that. When we bought our house, and as they worked through the system a little bit and through the process, they realized that you buy the house, and then first year you do this room. The next year you do this room, and you put some equity into the house, and you build that equity up, and you improve it for yourself with the thought of the next guy, because your first house is not your final house. So you try not to do things you try not to put a hot tub in the living room and, the pool table in the dining room. You try to, it's yours, but you got to kind of think through things a little bit, or not. Some people, no, that's what I want. And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that, but you do have to kind of think about it more than once. Because somewhere along the line, in the next 5, 7, 10 years, you may have another child or two. You may want to change your school districts. You may get a different job where you're traveling a little farther. You build your equity, and then you move on to the next house. And
how big was your first home?
Oh, wow. I bet it wasn't 1,400 feet.
Our first home was 827 square feet.
Yeah.
3 bedrooms.
And I'm probably going to get my phone is going to go off telling me that, no, it wasn't near that big.
827 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath.
Yeah. Yeah, one bath. Yeah.
The utility room, you had to go outside under the patio and back into the home off the back of it. And it wasn't an add-on. That's the way it was built.
Yeah.
And, the reason I bring that up is today's market's a little tougher for the first-time home buyer.
Sure.
There's not that number of homes that size that fit that budget. How does a first-time home buyer buy a house today?
Try to save a few.
Help.
Try to talk to mom, mom and dad, and Uncle Joe, and see what they can do to help you out. That's what we did. I mean, we didn't have the money.
Because now they allow that.
Yeah.
Back when we bought our first homes, you had to have the money in the bank for your down payment.
Yeah.
It couldn't be a loan.
And you had to be able to show where it came from.
If it's there, it had to have been there a good amount of time,
yeah.
Where you had to have documents that said, this is what happened. He sold a vehicle, he did this, he did that, and that's where that down payment came from.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can have a co-buyer or a secondary buyer.
Well, not even that. I mean, Uncle Frank can give you $10,000.
Sure, they can gift it to you.
And that's made a big difference for a lot of people.
So things have changed.
Sure. And and go to mom and dad, and they know you're going to be in the will, and the part of your inheritance is going to be whatever. And everybody's situation is different. I understand that. Maybe they can gift you something now ahead of time. My mom did that for one of my sisters. She was buying a house in another state and this and that, and he having some difficulties. Mom says, okay, here, you're getting this much money, and that'll come out of your quarter when it's time. Mm-hmm. And we were all fine with it. Yeah, give her all of it. I don't care. Mm-hmm. It worked out great for her, and there's things you can do. That's why the importance, I can't overstate it, the importance of getting pre-approved and talking to somebody who does this for a living, not some Facebook page that you're on where they said, no, there is no they. You need a live body sitting across from you.
Not quick loans,
yeah,
not any of that stuff. Get to the real deal.
You need to be sitting across the table from somebody here in the neighborhood, I preach local banks, but Chris Nassari, Alan Moore, whoever it is wherever it is you bank, there's somebody there that can help you. And if you don't like that person, then go to another bank. That's all, but stay here, stay in town. The banks do so much for the community, the food pantry, all of the sports things that get, any event that goes on is sponsored some way or another by one of the banks. Mm-hmm. And they're here to help you. They're making money on the deal, but they're here to help you. They want you to do, and they can tell you, here, quit doing this, start doing this. They can tell you which bills to pay off, and the right bills to pay off, the right way to pay those bills mm-hmm. off. And that's just so important that you're ready to go.
We better look at some numbers.
We better. Come on. What do you mean my fingerprint doesn't match? Of course it does. There we go. This week in real estate, there were 42 new listings came on the market, 5 commercial properties, 8 parcels of land, 29 homes came on the market. They range in price from $649,000 to $43,000. 2 of them are taking backups. There were 13 sales, 1 commercial property, 4 parcels of land, and 9 homes sold. The homes sold in a range of $85,000 to $400,000. The average sale price this week was $193,000 with 104 days on market. Still $1.7 million, closed this past week. 10 properties expired, 31 had price changes. That was a big jump. 31 had price changes, and I think that people are realizing that that's kind of the way we're going to get the home sold. But there's 78 pendings, and that's been going up every week. More and more houses are under contract and getting ready to go. Currently, we're at 234 homes on the MLS, so we picked up 14 from last week. I think just getting past the new year and
Christmas
the holidays
over,
and that stuff's over. Okay, we're ready for 23. We're going forward. It's now we're doing a year to date for this year, but I'll repeat. For last year, there was 1,173 homes sold for $261 million. Average sale price at $222,000 with 80 days on market. For 2021, there had been 1,344 homes for $272 million. So in 21, there was 171 more homes sold than in 22 for $11 million more dollars. Average sale price in 21, it was busier, but the average sale price was only 202 compared to 222. And the days on market were very comparable. The homes sold in 21, I think, is going to be kind of an outlier for how as many sold as did. And people they've been talking about the interest rates, and this is going to happen, and that's going to happen, and it was still kind of a seller's market for front half of the year. COVID was still an issue, and then once people were like, we got to get out of here, then the market here just blew up. High-speed internet can't be overstated as far as helping people to get here. Whatever government agency is that I know there's a big ASA thing.
Move, yeah.
Oh, we thank you very much.
Yeah, the ability to work from home has been awesome for sure.
Wonderful. I mean, that's what got Jason here. My son's here because of being able to work from home. I mean, it made no difference with him sitting in a little apartment down on State in Belbo, and then being in a house in Cotter. And, being around to help, it's good to have an extra set of hands around.
You bet.
And, but his quality of life has just changed tremendously.
How do they get you?
Call my honey. She's at 870-405-0793. You can give her a call, set up appointments, answer questions, whatever it may be. The website is retiretoarkansas.net. We have the cameras on there, obviously. You see those every morning when you can't see them because of the fog. But the website's got a bunch of information on there. We've got all the MLS listings are on our website. You can take a look at that. There's a bunch of local information, different events that are going on. Linda puts a lot of time and effort into that to keep it all up to date and keep everything current. And they'll give you some idea of how we can market your home. And if you want to come on the market, if you're looking for homes, you can go there, take a look. We can help with that, obviously, as well. But we work for Century 21. Jewel owns the place. We are grateful to be there. It's been a good partnership for all of us, I think. and we don't own it. So if you're going to call us, you got to call us. Call the Z Team.
Call the Z Team, 870-405-0793, retiredtoarkansas.net. These are realtors you can recommend to your friends. I always say they're busy, but never too busy to help you.
True.
Thanks for watching. Be back with Friday Sports in just a moment.